What if I told you that Michigan would be playing an underrated Washington team whose only loss was against the team sponsored by Charmin Ultrasoft? What if I told you that Michigan would be playing without their starting running back, safety, linebacker, and left tackle? What if I also told you that Michigan was playing with a true freshman at quarterback, wide receiver, and basically half the offensive line? What if I also told you, whoa, hey, that's too close. Okay. Thank you, weirdo. What if I told you Michigan wasn't fielding a football team as much as they were a freshman cooking class? And on the menu, grilled husky. That's terrible. Both teams will start the game in somewhat of a I'm still hungover from the block party fashion and trade scoreless possessions. Cutting all of the footage together of these possessions would take a lot more time than a couple of guys with full-time jobs, families, and half-assed work ethics actually have. So instead, you're getting screenshots with farting sound effects. You think I'm joking? Michigan will start the game the way any team whose head coach is having his job called for by a significant portion of the fan base, by going 6 yards and punting. Washington would respond by going 23 yards and punting. Michigan will then go 47 yards in 9 plays and turn the ball over on downs. And finally, Washington would answer by going 49 yards in 5 plays and then missing a field goal. At long last, Michigan would sober up, take some Gas X, and run a screenplay to Andrew Marsh for the game's first touchdown. On their next possession, Michigan will cook up a little trickery in the kitchen, but Donovan McCulley isn't even kind of a good chef, so he'll resort to the fast food version of whatever this was supposed to be. In what universe did Samaj Morgan look open? Also, why are we still throwing it to pass dropper McGee here? Fast forward to 44 seconds left in the half and Washington finally figures out where the end zone is and ties the game. At this point, both teams will start shaking hands and heading off to the locker rooms, completely unaware that there is a second half yet to be played. Now, of course, I say that in jest. But honestly, I'm not sure I was totally off the mark here, because after all, these are the results of the first 5 offensive possessions of the second half. Washington punt, Michigan turnover on downs. Washington punt again, Michigan punt, Washington interception. So clearly nobody wanted to be there. With only 90 seconds left in the third, the Michigan offensive line will politely ask the Husky defense to go lay down, while paving the way for Jordan Marshall to put them in the dog pound. Just another day of Michigan running all over Washington's defense. Takes me back to the good old days of 2021 and 2023. Not 2024, though. Not 2024. Fast forward to 10 minutes left in the game, Michigan has secured another interception and cashes in another touchdown as the true freshman quarterback finds the 4th string tight end for the wide open game-sealing score. Man, 2026 is going to be crazy. Washington quarterback Damon Williams, needing both a miracle and a new flea collar, will underthrow this complete runt of a pass, causing Denzel Boston to bobble it along with any shred of hope they had into the waiting abdomen of Jacob Oden. And that'll pretty much do it. Michigan needed this win to save their season, and Sharon Moore needed it to save his job. And they did it with a freshman stampede and a back-to-basics blueprint. The result? Massive. Maybe statement level. Possibly even season defining. They bounced back from the USC embarrassment like it was a bad Tinder date, deleted, forgotten, and replaced with something that actually worked. So hats off to Sharon Moore, who I've always supported with full, unwavering, totally not sarcastic confidence. And I definitely never ever insinuated that he was fraudulent. Just don't watch last week's video.